Hello, friends. So, I'm here at the dog park with Tilly, and I'm walking around, so I have to do a little loop. Otherwise, Tilly and I would just sit here and look at each other if there's nobody else. So I walk around the perimeter of it, and that sort of gets her exploring and running and stuff. So, while I'm doing this walk, as you do, you meditate, you think about things. Anyway, what I was thinking about was that yesterday I saw a TikTok where the creator was making a song. It was actually brilliant. It was great. And what he's saying is, or what this content creator is saying is that the term carbon footprint was actually created, I think he said like 2004, 2008, in there. So early 2000s. This term was created by like the billionaires of the world, the handful of people that run the show. And they created it in order for the common people, you know, the non-billionaires, to feel bad. To really feel like it is our fault that the planet is in the state that it's in. And this content creator is very eloquently saying, like, it's not our fault. And it isn't. I've been saying this for a while. You know what I mean? Like, big corporations are saying, like, oh, you know, plastic straws, you guys need to stop using plastic straws, and you guys need to stop using plastic bags. And that's true, we do. But the sort of vibe that's around that is that the planet is in crisis because of us, because of the consumers of plastic straws and plastic bags. And while we certainly have a part in that, our part is minuscule when you compare it to these large corporations. You know what I mean? You're telling us that we should be mindful of our carbon footprint, yet these corporations are not making any actual moves to change their ways. We see that at like places like Walmart and really everywhere in Ontario. Plastic bags have been banned, but you go into these stores and there is more plastic packaging than ever on the actual products. That's not on us. We're not making that, right? But then I also got to thinking that it's a really dangerous line to say it's not our fault. Because I think that then, while it's a relief, like, oh, it isn't our fault, and it isn't. We do have a part in it, though. And when we say it's not our fault, it can be implied, and I want to 100% say that this TikToker made no implication whatsoever of this. This is just my own brain kind of, you know, thinking about things and foddering things and all of that kind of stuff. So this TikToker is fabulous, and this content creator, shone a light on an actual issue, and I think that that's great. I feel that the purpose of that TikTok was to get people thinking, right? So please, don't go find this person and be like, oh, you know, you're wrong, because he's not wrong. But when we say it's not my fault, there's this expectation that then we also don't have to fix it. Like, it's not our responsibility then to make it better. And even though, friends, this isn't our fault, this rain in January, it isn't our fault. We are earthlings. We are on this planet. And I would say the handful of billionaires that are making these rules and that are really heavily responsible, the majority responsible for the crisis that is happening on this planet, they also haven't made any moves to indicate that they are taking accountability for that and that they're going to change that. So then we have an impasse, you know what I mean? We have us saying, well, it's not our fault. We didn't start it, you know what I mean? And then you have the billionaires being like, well, it's not our fault, you know what I mean? It's your fault. And it just goes back and forth, back and forth. I just feel like we need to break that cycle, you know what I mean? We need to have more people to sort of stand up and say, listen, This isn't my fault. And a term like my carbon footprint, my personal carbon footprint, may have been created by billionaires in order to repress me and to make me feel bad. But I think the most powerful thing that we can do is we can take that, that title, that label, if you will, that thing, a carbon footprint, and say, we acknowledge that it's bullshit, but we're going to own it and we're going to make it ours and take accountability on a personal level for things that we can change. And I think that that's still important. It's still important that people do that. It's so important that people wake up and realize, like, oh, whoa, this planet crisis really isn't on me. I'm the type of person that takes things very personally, especially when it comes to our planet. I am a vegetarian. I've been a vegetarian for almost a decade, and I started that journey to reduce my own personal carbon footprint. So that's why my brain was sort of thinking about that, because it's like, did I fall for a trap? You know what I mean? And no, I didn't, because even though that's a made up thing to sort of keep us in line and make us feel bad and control us, nonetheless, I have reduced my carbon footprint. You know what I mean? And I've made those decisions. I'm not a preachy vegetarian because I feel like everybody does what they feel they can do. You know, I've met so many people like, I could never be a vegetarian. I need meat. I completely understand. You know what I mean? And maybe being a vegetarian isn't how you want to impact your personal carbon footprint. And that's super cool. I think that if everybody just does what they can on an individual level, that's what exacts the big change. You know what I mean? So anyway, I thought I'd take you guys along for my little brain rant. Again, I really want to stress that this content creator, this person who created this TikTok that made me think about this person is wonderful and great. And I think that their content creation is important and valid, because I wouldn't have had these sort of thoughts without it. Nowhere in that song or in that TikTok is this guy saying like, just wait for them to do it. We do nothing. Because that's not what it was about. So I really don't want anybody to, you know, find that TikTok or find that content creator and cause any drama. Anyway, I love you all. I see now that this is a very long video. I'm going to have to do it in parts because sometimes I just can't stop talking. Anyway, I love you all. I hope you guys are having a great rainy January day if you're in Renfrew County. Take care, friends. Bye.